Welcome back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shannon Register, and every week we try to bring you information that'll help you with your real estate decisions. Lots of decisions out there this spring, whether to sell, whether to buy, or interest rates going to go up. We talked about a lot of those things a couple weekends ago with Dr. Jim Gaines from the Real Estate Research Center. He's the chief economist out there, gave us a lot of great information. And this weekend, I'm talking with Brandon Alderete from the Texas Association of Realtors. Just got back from the TAR conference and the Women's Council of Realtors conference over in Austin, Texas. That was a lot of fun. So, Brandon, have you rested up from the trip?
Man, it's been a long 16 days. I'll tell you that. It's, we're back into it, but we do have a weekend coming up, so looking good.
So you're the director of political affairs over at TAR. And what does that mean? What do you do?
So in that role, I'm essentially in charge of all any election-related activity and any grassroots advocacy. So things like candidate interviews and all the grassroots program calls for actions, and of course Realtor Day at the Texas Capitol.
So there are a lot of things that happen through legislation that affect homeowners and or property owners throughout the state. And really, that's what you're advocating for, are those homeowner rights. And then also realtors, because like last legislative session, they wanted to put a transfer tax in place, and realtors helped to stop that. So those are the types of things that you're looking out for, right?
Yeah, we came on your show, I guess about 16 months ago, and did a thing for Prop 1, which of course banned any kind of real estate transfer tax in the state of Texas.
Yeah, we were sure glad to see that because that would have really hindered our real estate market. So, there are a lot of realtors across the state of Texas, a lot of us. And here in a couple months, we're going to be storming the Capitol in Austin. That's going to be a lot of fun. Tell me about that big event coming up.
Oh, it's huge. Yes. So Tuesday, April 4th, we anticipate anywhere between 2,500 and 3,000 Texas realtors will be joining us here in Austin to visit with their legislators and talk about real estate priorities.
So on April 4th, if you're out there and you're a buyer on April 4th and you're looking at houses, chances are your realtor is not that involved with property rights in Texas, because all the realtors who are involved are going to be at the Capitol on April 4th, aren't they?
I think so. We sure hope so. That's the goal.
So what are some of the things why is it important? Let's talk about that first. Why is it important that the realtors do this?
Okay, so we have a lobby team here in Texas Association of Realtors, and they're top of the class. I mean, they're the best in the business. But, the people across the street, we're right here across the street from the Capitol, and the people across the street hear from lobbyists all day, every day from a variety of industries. But what really drives home a message for them is when they hear it from local business people and their constituents. And that's what this is all about. This is the Texas realtors that come up to the Capitol that day becoming an extension of the TAR lobby effort.
All right. And it's always a lot of fun because TAR puts out a big lunch spread for us, which is just fantastic. We have a big barbecue lunch. So that's a lot of fun. I hope all the realtors that are listening to the show out there, because we do have a lot of realtors who listen to the show, I hope that they'll all get on a bus from Houston and go. And I know Austin and San Antonio, a lot of realtors across the state make a real effort to be there. So let's talk about some of the issues that are going to be pressing this legislative session and some of the things that we as realtors are going to be talking to lawmakers about.
Well, I mean, of course, there's the overarching themes, of there's no money for one thing. So that's a big issue. And everybody reads the headlines about, bathrooms and whatnot. But there's a lot of stuff going on that directly affects real estate. Specifically, we're talking a lot about appraisal reform and property tax relief, things like that. Home equity lending, we've got some legislation that's moving through the process on that. And then we of course have our real estate commission cleanup bill, which we have pretty much every year.
So let's talk about the hidden property tax. There's actually a website people can go to called hiddenpropertytax.com. What is the hidden property tax? Because that is a confusing topic for a lot of people. Even a lot of realtors don't understand what that is.
It is. And for me, from the election standpoint, what it means is, you'll see appraisal values, of course, continue to go up across the state, and we see that, and that's a good thing. We don't have realtors that have clients that say, show me a piece of property and have it go down in value. Nobody wants that.
Right.
So appraisal increases are a good thing. But as those appraisal values go up, the tax rate stays the same. So the overall tax burden is increasing every year. And what we think is that local officials have been saying, well, I cut your taxes. Well, actually, what they mean is that they cut the tax rate, but they didn't cut it enough to offset that appraisal increase. So you'll continue to see rising tax bills. And all the while, when election season comes out, you'll see mailers that says, "Hey, I've cut your taxes for 6 straight years."
Right.
Again, what they mean is that they've cut the tax rate.
Okay. And
we're working on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
Go ahead.
We're working on efforts to stop the vilification of appraisal increases. People will go and challenge their appraisal and get it reduced, and it's not because they want their property to be worth less. They want their tax bill to go down.
Right.
But there's 2 components to the tax bill. There's the rate and then the appraised value minus any exemptions, which is the assessed value.
All right. And there's another website people can go to called texasrealestate.com/issues. Now, anyone can go there, right? There's no login. Anybody can go there and see the issues, right?
That's correct. We're open and transparent about our legislative priorities and where we stand on issues. texasrealestate.com/issues. There's a whole book of them.
So one of the things that we've talked about here on the show many times that we think is going to come up this legislative session is eminent domain and the high-speed rail. Is TAR taking a stance on any of that?
We support high-speed rail as a concept, as a part of an overall approach to a multimodal transportation solution for our growing state.
Because we've got transportation problems and we've got infrastructure problems.
Yeah, and it's the efficient movement of people and goods across the state. That's where we come out on that. We have not, as far as I know, taken a position on the project that's out there now. Okay. So as a general rule, we support any solution that's going to facilitate the movement of people and goods.
Okay, but on the issue of eminent domain, you guys are. You are more on the side of homeowners and landowners, right? When it comes to eminent domain.
Yeah, that's correct. In fact, we've just now joined a coalition here in Austin. That's the Texas Property Rights Coalition or something. Forgive me, I did get the name wrong, but this just happened this week. In fact, it was in the quorum report 2 days ago.
Okay. So realtors who, getting back to the realtors and this whole lobby day on April 4th, if they want to attend, how do they register for that?
That registration is handled through their local association of realtors. I'm sure in most of y'all's cases, it's going to be the Houston Association of Realtors.
Right. Okay. All right. Fantastic. And I know here in Houston, they have buses they provide for us to go up there. So we just go up there and storm the Capitol. It's a lot of fun. What I think is really a lot of fun, Brandon, is really just getting face to face with your lawmakers. And getting to know them. The media kind of really has a lot of negative things to say about our lawmakers. But here in Texas, we have a lot of politicians who are smart and who are genuinely good people. They listen to the issues and, they have a lot of different sides of the issues coming at them, and they have to listen to all sides and make a decision. And that's a hard job. That's not easy.
It's a hard job. And I have tremendous respect for the people that sit across the street at the Capitol. It's not an easy job, and they don't really get paid for it. They get $600 a month.
Yeah, so it's not much.
And to your point, you said you got a lot of smart people over there. There's a lot of really influential legislators that come out of the Houston area.
Yeah,
you've got significant chairmanships. You got Senfronia Thompson. You've got Dan Huberty, who's chairing the Public Education Committee. I mean, education and school finance is a huge issue.
Yeah.
Got the voucher debate and all that. So all that will be going through his committee. I'm trying to think of some other. John Zerwas is the chair of appropriations. I mean, that's a huge committee. That's, some would argue that's the most important committee there is because they fund all the programs in the state.
And
so I would encourage you guys to come up and meet your legislators. You guys have a lot of power.
Yes, we do. And realtors there's a lot of numbers in realtors. So when you put a lot of feet on the ground at the Capitol, they listen to you, which is a good thing. And that's a good thing for people out there who are looking for realtors. Make sure your realtor is involved and cares about the community and cares about the legislative issues, because that is one way for you not to have to be out there constantly talking to your legislators and trying to get them to take care of home ownership issues if you've got realtors kind of lobbying for you.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Shannon. You hit it. That's what realtors are. They're the only group that's out there standing up for the property owners of the state.
All right, we appreciate you Skyping in today from Austin. I know your office is right across from the Capitol. That's kind of cool up there in Austin. The Director of Political Affairs for the Texas Association of Realtors, Brandon Alderete. We'll see you in a few weeks. Take care. Bye-bye.
Imagine you and your family return from a tropical vacation to find that one of your pipes burst, flooding your entire house. Are you fully covered? Will you only receive $100 for your TV that cost you $2,000 just 2 years ago? Will your insurance company pay for you to live in a hotel while your home is being repaired? What if on that same trip you lose your wedding ring? Will your home insurance coverage replace that as well? All insurance policies are not created equal. If you don't know the answer to these questions, you're not alone. Most people don't understand the gaps in their coverage until it's too late. Call Goosehead Insurance today and let one of our agents review your current policy to ensure that you are fully covered. At Goosehead Insurance, we understand the power of choice. Instead of working for a single insurance company, our agents have access to over 20 A-rated carriers. This allows us to craft a policy to fit your particular lifestyle, budget, and needs. It also enables us to reshop your policy in the future, if necessary, saving you time and money. No need to look for another agent. At Goosehead, we've got you covered. Our agents will walk you through each policy decision so that you have the coverage you need. If that's not reason enough, talk to one of our happy clients. Our client satisfaction scores are 3 times the industry average. To experience the Goosehead Insurance difference, visit us online at goosehead.com or call us at 800-474-1377.